I had an MS slip out. I completely just blacked out, and I didn't even remember where I was for a second. I actually can't feel my legs right now, unfortunately.
Shit,
man.
What the hell, bro?
It's okay. Laura called me at the right time where I just woke up.
Yeah.
I think I hit my face too.
Look,
yeah,
man,
I hit my face.
We saw you sleeping. I'm like, damn, Drew is knocked out. We saw you breathing, so we just let you chill.
I don't even remember what happened. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. This stuff is heavy on your body. It really is.
Maybe you need to take 5, Drew, man. You know, ain't you ain't even supposed to be here. I should tell your wife on your ass.
No.
I'm like,
let's not do that.
I swear I thought she said you wasn't supposed to be on stream and shit.
I'm here. I've got my blood sport.
I'll text her ass right now. I'll snitch.
You can't tell him nothing, Henry. He worked too hard. He's for the cause, man.
Oh my goodness, man. Not at the expense of his health. You know, my grandma's an LPN. She gonna be upset with you.
He does this with our show too, man. He's a warrior. What can I say?
Y'all tripping, man. Tripping.
Hey, listen, you want me to go first, Drew? I got the book ready.
Well, then go first, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
One of y'all have an echo. One of y'all have an echo.
Oh, that's Laura. Hold on. Laura.
Yeah.
I'll have to call you back. The phone's echoing. I promise I'll be okay.
KOD in the building.
All right, buddy.
All right.
I'll give you back.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So these two, you guys run a show, if I'm not mistaken. And how often do you stream?
Sometimes twice a week or more. Yeah. We're usually doing twice a week. And then we've got your girl Renee, we've got the other show.
Yeah.
So technically we're doing
Rumble too.
Yeah, we're on Rumble and we're on
Rumble with Rican.
Man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So OG Silverback tomorrow.
Oh, that should be a good one, man.
So my guy OG Silverback.
Okay. All right.
Tomorrow.
So go ahead, you guys. I got an interview in like 7 hours. I got to interview somebody, but
okay, yeah.
Let's try.
Rican, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, man, I don't even know where to start. Well, I mean, I'm gonna give you guys something to chew on, right? There's a conspiracy that there's a Power Ranger curse, right? What if Hasbro is really the ones that released the T-virus on themselves, like the umbrella company, right? I heard, now this is the word on the street, that Hasbro has a thing for Power Rangers doing well against Transformers and G.I. Joe. So behind the scenes, there's talk that there's sabotage and certain things and a hatred for the brand going against their other successful IPs. So I heard that today. So I wouldn't be surprised that Power Rangers, White Dragon, anything affiliated with that goes through a hard time behind the scenes. We know that with Helmet Heads. I told y'all how many streams ago that JDF hated Lord Draken. I said it because the man told me when I met him. And he gave me the Helmet Head story. So I'm glad that, shout to Francis. The interview was awesome. I salute the fact that Aaron even came up here. If Aaron really had some ill malice toward the fans, or if he was trying to be the star, I heard all the theories going on. You guys got to look at it like this. That was his homie, right? He lost his homie, number one. There's tremendous pressure to deliver a film that's supposedly got to be his ninth symphony, right? The guy's gone. And everyone thinks it's going to be a glorified beatdown, right? Superhero beatdown. So the man's damned if he does, damned if he don't. Because if he puts out a subpar movie, it's timing against quality. He's in a lose-lose situation. The timing is already bad. I'm not going to argue with y'all. A lot of the hype of when he was dead and all that stuff has died down. It's 2 years late. Personally, I would have did a show. The moment he died, 6 to 12 episodes, Disney Plus style, edit it. Keep the fans, give them something, build a whole universe. I don't know. You spent this much time editing it and doing all these reshoots and all this other stuff. Maybe you switch the structure up. I could see it becoming a mess after the star dies. You got to give him that. And the whole family loves Aaron, from Tammy to Francis. You know what I'm saying? Give the guy a chance. I know it's been long, but if it sucks, then you get him. If he tries to be the star, if he does any type of maneuvering, you don't think we're going to see it? You don't think the fans are going to be on him like white on rice with anything he does? My thing is to ease up on him. He got enough pressure. We know it's got to be good. We know it's got to be good, right? So let's it's already been past the threshold. So what do we do? Unless he doubles back and gives us a different format, drop it as an app. Drop it right to the fans. $9.99 for the movie. Instant download. Stream it to your Apple TV and your Roku. Use the fans.
Oh, like a pay-per-view. I actually like.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Aaron Lord and Jetty needs a job. You know what I'm saying? Like $9.99 instead of buying a DVD, download the app, stream it right to the Apple. No one's even doing that shit yet. Same thing with Ray and some of the other guys were cooking about dealing with YouTube. Drop it free on YouTube. There's ways to get around the distribution. That's a minor problem. Okay? So the conflicting brands with Hasbro is always going to be an issue. So if the movie doesn't come out, which I don't think it is going to, I didn't think it was, but I think it is now. After seeing this, he's under too much pressure. If it don't come out, the fans are they're going to tear him a new one more than they are now.
It's coming out.
Okay.
Guys. It's just
so weird. It's like, why would he do that? That's like, that's self-career. That's self-deletion in his career and everything affiliated to JDF. The fans are really going to cancel him after that. So he has to walk lightly with JDF's legacy in his hands. So he's going through enough. So any problems that the brand's having with a curse, like I said, I think is self-inflicted from the inside with conflicting money. So, I mean, feel free. It was a trilogy. If you watch the interview, that's why it's taking so long. They wrote 3 movies. This was supposed to be the middle movie like Star Wars. So the guy dies and now he's got to structure the whole damn vision of the whole thing. That's why I'm saying maybe 2 years ago, you should have formatted it as a show. Give us a little bit at a time and stretch it. I don't know. I feel like better decisions could have been made. I'll give that to the fans. The timing sucks, but it's a lose-lose situation. So all we can do is sit back and watch. It might be Legend of the Order Part 2. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But if we love JDF, we gotta chill. We gotta chill. Because if it doesn't come, then we attack. Then it's hell. We're gonna break loose. But the clock is still ticking. I will leave it there. Drew, you got anything, bro?
Yeah, here's what I want to say. Back in the 90s, there was a movie called The Crow.
That's being remade.
Now, well, let's talk about the original Crow. You guys know Brandon Lee, unfortunately, was killed on set taping this movie. The movie was not supposed to come out because they didn't know what to do, but they had taped pretty much a majority of everything they needed. They needed to go back and fill in some stuff. So you had to wait. You had to wait a minute for them to release it, but once it came out, it made between 94 to 96 million, if I remember correctly on the numbers, on a 24 million budget. So, and it blew open the doors for a lot of future projects and ideas and changed the game in a lot of ways when The Crow came out. We have to remember and think about what was done for The Crow. And I would say it in relating to Legend of the White Dragon is, some of these things might take a minute to get right, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into production. Some of you guys may know I'm on IMDb for working on the controversial Alien Identity project, where we went head to head with 20th Century Fox trying to put that out. So I know how production can go. I know how things can happen. Okay. I am not a stranger to that because I lived it. I could pull out the original script right now and show you guys. I did this for real. So just give Aaron his place. He's a real legit friend to JDF. He had to deal with the death of JDF. He had to deal with the project head on and anything else that they were working on and handling. So he's got to take that. And I don't hear anybody really coming out helping him in the way that he probably needs to. I have not heard of people really like, hey, where are all the Ranger Army? Where are they coming on board to help him? Say, hey, we're going to help you. We're going to help.
That's true.
Help. Yeah. Fairy Todd said that. He said we don't come out. I agree with him.
Yeah.
I agree
we did not
if
come
you guys
out.
Want to see Ranger stuff change? We have to make the rules. We have to make the rules. They don't respect this brand. I'm telling y'all, up at the desks, Anytime it's Power Ranger time, they make sure that Transformers ain't got nothing coming out. They make sure G.I. Joe ain't coming out, and that they're about to merge those two franchises. Hasbro is banking on everything with G.I. Joes and Transformer. And what is a Zord? It's a freaking Transformer. So there's your Power Ranger curse. We need to get it away from Hasbro. And Saban ain't gonna do no better. Who's got the money to buy it? There's no faith in the brand.
McFarlane Toys
right to the fans.
Might be the savior.
We all we got. Everyone's half of y'all saying it's dead.
Oh, it's done,
so
bro.
What y'all want to do? Are we at a funeral? We're just gonna watch it die, drop the casket, and then White Dragon, we're gonna throw the body right over it.
We in hospice right now. We in hospice.
Yeah, what do y'all want to do? We could be negative and tear all this shit down, right? Let's do that. Then what? What we gonna stream about, Henry? What franchise we gonna? You know what I mean? Like, if Power Rangers died, is that what y'all want? Like, I'm confused on this channel sometimes. Like, you know, I understand that Henry's coming with the facts. We looking at the court doc. Some of these Rangers assholes. I'm not even gonna hold you, right? But at the same time, we gotta protect the brand. We gotta have faith in the brand. And whatever JDF got left, we gotta protect it and make sure it's good. If you really love him and he really changed your life and you're really a fan, then you know his history. You know what his family's been through.
In about 1 week, there's gonna be an announcement. Yeah. It's gonna be the death of Power Rangers, as you know it.
I mean, but how? Slow death, instant death? Is it a heart attack? Is it a murder?
It's slow death. And I was sworn that I couldn't reveal it until it's announced.
It looks like Ninjetti's going to be a fan film with some comic books, just like that Mortal Kombat Legacy homeboy was talking about. That you can see on HBO Max right now. That started on YouTube.
Someone said introduce Power Rangers to the next generation. The next generation don't care about Power Rangers. There's just too much competition. It's too much competition.
The rubber suits, the rubber monsters, the spandex, that ain't going to do it. We need ill animation, good CGI, Transformer-like Zord sequences, which is why Hasbro doesn't want to spend the money on Transformers and Rangers at the same time, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's bank on what's making money. And Skybound has Transformers. They got a new comic book series that's booming right now. G.I. Joe 2. All that shit is in reboot. So when you say it's dead, I understand. It's not dead. It's just not a priority. The fans will never let it die, bro. It'll always live on YouTube. It'll always live in the collector's shelves. It's not going to die. So that shit is disrespectful when you guys say that. That's triggering as fuck.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave that.
Drew, your thoughts before we shut the stream down?
No problem. We do need, and Rican 100% right about that, is Hasbro owns G.I. Joe and Transformers. That's considered underneath their creation. So of course they're going to push their creation more than anything else. I think that if McFarlane made a pull for it and got the Power Rangers license, he could do a lot of good work for the figures and the merchandising. I think he really, really could. And if I were them, I would have been like, are you kidding, Playmates? I would have been McFarlane Toys all the way. I think that would have been the best move for them to do. But for some reason, they went with Playmates, a company that hasn't had a big hit since freaking Ninja Turtles, the original Ninja Turtle toy line. All their other stuff has been hit and miss. Why would you go ahead and do that to a company that is known for that? That's asking for your whole product to sink. Okay?
Yeah.
They're not going to put
Cox hates Power Rangers, Drew. Chris Cox hates Power Rangers. He's the guy running Hasbro over there. He hates it. They didn't even want to buy it. It was a surprise. It was a mess from the day it was acquired.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. Who's buying toys? It's not parents buying Power Ranger toys for kids anymore. It's adults. The grown-ups
are
buying them for
well, adults are the biggest buyer of action figures, realistically.
Yeah,
that's the thing about it. We've been keeping it going for every company.
This is true, however, but there's no more driving force. Like, adults are the biggest consumers, but there's no kids to push adults to buy the toys just for the kids anymore. It's people buying the toys just for their collection. And then it stops right there.
This is where we get smart.
That's where the sales drop.
Yeah. Well, kids don't even play outside no more.
Do animation for the kids, give the adults their own separate thing, and then give the young kids maybe like an animation show.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you could
They don't
start
know what they're
building for
doing,
the
Henry.
kids through the animation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could stream it and watch it and build, they could start building through the animation.
My Rangers have 4 different modes they transform in. That's 4 suits, right? 4 ways to make money.
Yes.
So they're called Morphin, right? Mighty Morphin. They should be able to morph more than once. How many times are they going to change Spider-Man's suit in the movie? 2, 3, 4 times? How many different suits you see on the shelf? Ding, 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 ding. Lord and Jetty has the answer. Make a movie that's actually good, that's Power Rangers, with enough, push it till it's almost rated R. Give me multiple suits, multiple forms, Zords, Mech Warriors, Inner Earth, cosmic stuff. Come on, man. They're just, we'll find the right people. Let's do it.
I'm telling you.
Let's do it.
Come next
week. You guys
week.
are talking blasphemy, bro. Find the right people. If it dies, it better be a slow death because we're not going out like that.
Next
I
week.
think it can always stand on top because we have to remember when Ninja Turtles was getting beat by Power Rangers and when X-Men was beating Power Rangers. I mean, not Power Rangers, but they were beating the Turtles, right? Mm-hmm. And prior to that, the real Ghostbusters did a parody on their last few episodes of the Ninja Turtles because the Ninja Turtles were the next upcoming thing to replace Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. But Ghostbusters has managed to always come back, resurface, and do well. I think that the Power Rangers can do the same thing.
I'm telling you. Like, why? Like, have I ever steered you guys wrong? When I tell you I have insider information, have I ever?
You got to give it something, Henry.
People just aren't giving it what it needs. If the toy company, if the company and the merchandising was right now, they would release as many helmet replicas as they could to the shops. They would fly off the shelves and weapon replicas, especially stuff they never done. Time Force helmets, I'm telling you, Time Force Morphers updated. They did stuff like that. They go back to Mighty Morphin. They do Zeo. They do Turbo. They do Dino Thunder. They start going through. They do In Space. Yeah. They start going through and doing the helmets and the weapons and really start putting the stuff out there.
I'll do you one better. Every Halloween, give us adult Ranger costumes from every hit season. Put them in Party City, Hasbro. Bunch of dumbasses.
I don't think
you know what I'm saying. How many Halloween alone? Make cosplay mainstream. Go sell suits, Zords, weapons. Come on, bro. Chris Costume.
Okay, let's bring in an adversary. Go ahead, Fairy Tide. Tell them why they're wrong.
All right.
Okay. Trust that Henry might know something you do not.
I'm telling you.
Because Henry has hinted in a week, it's going to blow up. But I like statistics. Statistically, since they acquired Power Rangers, since the CEO passed away, and since that new CEO has come into Hasbro, it's gone downhill. There's no question that CEO does not like the brand. But it's not even just about the brand. When you buy how much they bought it for, they haven't got the return. They can't sell it and make a profit. No one's going to buy it for what they bought it for. Like they're good. So Disney, when Disney sold it to Saban, back to Saban, what happened? It was for half the price they bought it for. They don't want to have that embarrassing on their record. That's embarrassing. What I'm going to say is, okay, from a loving place, please understand that he has more knowledge than both of y'all right now because he knows something we all don't. We didn't want to believe that the Hector thing was real, and then we saw it. I'm saying I trust this man with his information and his research. He's saying it's coming. We don't want to hear it because we're Power Rangers fans. But when you think about the general public, the general public isn't a Power Ranger fan. We are the biggest Power Rangers fans, which is a great thing. It's great to love it, but you need to know when you're beating a dead horse, Power Rangers is disintegrated. It's not there no more.
Okay, well, can I rebut that?
Hold on.
Is that based on money?
Chanzo said, why would they release info that's going to kill the franchise in 2 weeks when that's right around the corner, right around the time of the Power Rangers anniversary?
They're liquidating assets.
They're selling every Power
Marvel
Rangers
went
thing.
bankrupt in '08, right? You see where Blade is now, right?
And you're comparing
That's apples and oranges, man.
Yeah, like so.
How
Marvel,
you figure?
No,
How you
Marvel is
figure?
nowhere as like Marvel. So
Power
Unless
Rangers,
the brand was built on
Disney
pedophilia and sex trafficking.
holy shit, freaking holy shit.
I don't know what you're talking about because Marvel was Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and Blade carried and then Downey showed up, and then we got $1 billion Marvel. So Power Rangers.
Do you want it to be sold like
they just don't want to spend the money, bro, because they're not making.
They split it up. They split the
to.
company up. They went to 20.
Say do it again.
Stay the weed.
You know how long it took them to get it back to where they wanted it? Do you want the franchise to be like that? Or would you rather go out with a bang? This 20th century.
But who says it has to be done?
No, like the anniversary is a hoorah. Look how many people are here and how many people we affected. And then there's going to be no announcement that there's a new season. That's what's happened because EMC has always had the pattern of announcing a new series, new something. That's not going to happen. It's going to be, look at the franchise. Boom. We're done. I'm out. And I'm okay with
he is on to something. He's on to something.
I know. I've done research enough to know that there's a pattern with the franchise. We've been here. Power Rangers in space. We had the same thing happen. We had some savior swoop in. We want that to happen again. It's not going to happen. No company wants it because we as fans don't show up when we need to. You didn't like the 20.
There's nothing to show up for, Fairy. I understand what you're saying. There's nothing to show up for.
There can't be content there if you don't show up. So when you say, hey, even if it's a little app for Power Rangers, if it's an app, go buy it, even if you don't want to. All I'm saying is we did it to ourselves, and we need to.
That I agree.
If we celebrate what we can and take this as a win and go, let's go out with a bang. I'm showing up until it's official. You love it so much. You could probably, make your own into the universe. If it really does die, I don't think it's ever going to die, but I think it's going to be
which one is it? Your guys were saying die, and now you're saying it's not going to, in the heart of the fans, it's not going anywhere. It's
not going to be rebooted. You want a reboot. We've done the reboot. Doesn't work.
It's not
We've done the live action. Doesn't work. We've done.
Where's our animated universe? Have you seen one?
And if they create it, guess what's going to happen? And they put it on Netflix. Guess what's going to happen? Oh, well, it's not my MMPR. I'm not showing up for it. That's what happens. They don't want to do it because we don't go up.
That's a truthful statement.
They don't know what they want. You got to show them what they want.
All right. Well,
bro.
Look, guys, y'all arguing in circles. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's all based on monetary. I get what he's saying from a corporate standpoint.
Look,
I get it, but the hearts of the fans, you're talking crazy. Even if it lays dormant for a couple years, there's going to be a zombie ranger walking down the road in 20 years.
Do it again.
The fans are going to want
the
weed. Morphing heroes with suits, even if the name is dead. The way that the show is, look at White Dragon. Power Rangers is dead, but White Dragon is what? A clone? It's Power Rangers in a different name.
It's not affiliated to the thing. If you think about it, White Dragon isn't affiliated to Power Ranger franchise. Is there moments where it looks like Power Rangers? There's a reason for that.
Is it a helmet head movie? Is it a helmet head movie?
We don't know. We haven't seen it.
What do you mean? You don't know who's in the suit? Anyone can be in the suit. That's what a helmet head is. It's the same type of production, bro. So you're saying Power Rangers is dead when you're contradicting yourself because White Dragon is basically Power Rangers without the legal badge.
Except Power Rangers. So when you think Power Rangers,
that's not dead to me.
Hold on, everybody. Fallon Royalty said, "Look at what happened to Disney after Walt's passing. Yeah, it went on because of a good management, and they had a great IP. You got the goddamn amusement park. You got all the kids' movies. Power Rangers is not that. It's one dimensional." Even
if I give you guys that.
No, even
is it not going to come out the ground in 5 to 10 years with something? You guys really believe we're not going to get a zombie something that has to do with Power Rangers? Even if it dies and lays dormant for 2, 5, 10 years.
You're going to get another comic book. You get another something.
But then that's not dead. The spirit is very much alive.
You can't.
It just will be huge making money, like you're saying.
No, business wise or like even fan wise, you can't bet on a what if you're a business person. If Hasbro goes, hey, I can't bet on this IP right now because it's a if and I need a guarantee money grab. When you're a business person, you have a franchise and franchises to literally continue on. I love that we're having the conversation, but we need to have this. We needed to have this conversation 4 years ago, 8 years ago, not now when it's dead. You're beating a dead horse. It's not coming back, but it could still exist with comic books. Those things are not as big as a movie. We're not going to get what we did when it was in the 90s movie. We're not going to get anything close to that. That's all I'm saying.
Not in the traditional sense. No, I agree with you. Not in the traditional sense. It's going to look like a Marvel movie.
All right,
Power Rangers Marvel type production. And it's not going to happen.
Get it because
all right, it's over, y'all. It's over. It's done. I appreciate all y'all coming up. I appreciate y'all passion.
But give Drew at least a minute to cook about that.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all down. I'll just talk to Drew. Thank you, Rican. Thank you, Fairy Tide. We got one person in denial and one person hopeful. What would you like to say?
Hey, Henry, this is what I gotta say. I think that there's ways you can bring things back. I think that they set Power Rangers up for sabotage. It got to a point where they just didn't want to do anything with it. And this is why we're at like the Hasbro executive that doesn't like it. This is what caused all of this. I think there could have been moves made to save it because people are still looking for it. That's the thing about it. They could have made moves to save it. At this point, it might go under in some sort of way. But I think if the right company picks it up, they can be resurrected. Will they pick it up is really the question. And that's where things get challenging, That's where things get difficult. So I think that they should pick it up, sure, because, Fairy Tide's right. I am a fan, so I would love to see that. But realistically, will anybody pick it up? If it's gone to Playmates Toys, I hate to say this, if it's gone to Playmates, they're sending it to the graveyard, unfortunately. And I think, like I said, McFarlane should have been the one to get it. He was the guy that could probably resurrect it. But they decided to give it to a company that, like I said, that hasn't had a big hit since the original Ninja Turtles toy line. That's a long time ago. And Playmates, I've seen their stuff throughout the years. It's never looked good. Their stuff is like, it's cheap as cheap can get. So they do this Power Ranger thing. The toys are not going to be good unless they really decide to kick up their quality. But at this point, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. They just might make some, big-headed figures that to try to pull in some young kids, maybe something like that. I see them doing a lot of stuff like that. This is not a good thing, and the only way it's going to be able to get any traction is if, Rican and I are able to get, some fan stuff, a lot of the projects that we're trying to do, things like that. If we can promote it through that way, maybe we can get some life through that, and put that out there. I think that's really the hope, is through the independent market, us, Unworthy Productions, stuff like that, doing things that way. I think that Power Rangers has to be done through that way, because if these bigger companies are not willing to invest, then it's not going to come through a bigger source. It's going to come through the independent, smaller source, which is why when White Dragon gets done, we have to see what happens with it. And from there, I think White Dragon, Unworthy, what me and Ree can do, as well as other production companies that do Ranger stuff, putting that together, I think, is the one thing that can really save it and turn it around. So I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying big corporation stuff, it looks like they're pretty checked out on that, unfortunately. And sometimes that happens. And sometimes they come back and try it again. I don't know. I'm still upset they never brought back VR Troopers. I thought VR Troopers was great and they could do a lot of stuff. That's something I'd like to see come back, but we haven't seen it, And so that's the sad thing about it, is if they don't feel that they can do something with it, or somebody's down on it and doesn't want to put the money into it, this is what sinks these things, It's like when Star Wars ended. We had a run of toys from 1978 to 1985. 1985, they pulled the plug on it. We didn't see figures merchandising at a heavy level until 1995, you know? And Star Wars is my first love, so the original trilogy. So I could tell you the dates on that one. Like, yeah, it was dead, you know? And they let it lived through the books. If you read the books, once they put those out up until 1995, but that was about it. And you had to be like, you know, a diehard fan to know about the books. Yeah. And that's what kind of, you know, kept that going. So, you know, that's the thing about it. Does Power Rangers have the same appeal as the original Star Wars trilogy? I hate to say it, but no,
it doesn't.
It doesn't. So that's the sad part about it. You know, I wish it did. I'm not speaking ill about it. I wish that we could lift it up to that level, but people aren't coming out. And really, like I said earlier, it gets down to us and the fans. We're not coming out enough. You know, the Rangers themselves, I mean, they're happy at conventions getting paid, but they're not coming out. But here's the thing, boys and girls, and I want everybody to think about that. When this thing sinks, they better make sure that they don't go back from making 120, 140 plus dollars for autographs, whatever they're charging now, back to $5, $10, $15 spots at conventions. And think about it, Henry, this is real important because it's like, all right, guys, you don't want to get on board, but guess what? It's going to sink your money too. Eventually, it will come.
This is 100% true. All right, Drew,
so
I'm gonna drop you down.
Get on board.
You did good.
Can I say something real quick, buddy?
Real quick.
I apologize. My MS is acting up. I apologize to everybody. I'm super embarrassed. I don't even remember what happened. People were texting me saying I was like, what? I was so embarrassed. I know your grandmother's embarrassed too. I'm sorry, Grandma. You know, I'm really sorry, but I don't feel good.
We don't accept your apology, man. We have a no apology policy on this channel. We never apologize.
All right, but I just got a lot of respect for all you guys, so I'm sorry about that one.
Right. Don't even worry about it, man. It was just funny to us. All right.
Oh boy. Oh man, this MS stuff, this multiple sclerosis is rough on the body, man. It really is. I'm gonna have to call my wife to come help me out because my leg still isn't.
And make
working.
Sure you tell her you were streaming.
Yes, I will have to tell her. I never lie, so I have to tell her.
You lying right there. All right. Peace.
I'm not lying right there. I just sneak in and do it. You know, hope she asks. But that's.
All right, we gonna let Drew down. We gonna wish him well. All right, peace, Drew.